Hey y'all, Florida Boy here. Okay, quick update on the RV wood repair. I've got the second piece of wood installed on the RV. I've got some plastic over it right now. We get these showers that pop up all the time, and you know, I just don't want the wood to get wet. So I'm going to be installing a piece of metal. I've got a 2x2 piece of 90-degree aluminum that I'm going to bolt to the bottom of the decking or the frame, and it's going to kind of close up that gap between the exterior wall and the floor or the deck. So let me show y'all kind of what's going on there. Okay, I'm going to kind of use a screwdriver as a pointer. So if you look right there, that is the metal decking right there. Okay, and here is the wooden part of the floor that sits on top of it. So, but if you look from this piece of wood right here, you can see that big gap here. And what was there before, the way they had this, the factory set it up, was there was a piece of wood that came up and met this, and I really don't care for that design. I'm gonna again put a piece of 2x2 90-degree aluminum in there to kind of close that out, and I'm gonna go ahead and rivet it to the metal right here. And it's aluminum. You've got dissimilar metals. I've got this is steel, and what happens when you get two dissimilar metals together is you're actually creating low voltage. It's very low voltage, but and it goes up exponentially if it gets wet. I mean, it's basically a battery in a sense. And so what happens when you're creating a voltage, you end up having galvanic corrosion, and it'll start eating away at both the metals. But there's a way around that, and I'm gonna put a piece of foam right here, and for two reasons. One, just to keep those two metals from touching each other, and number two, also going to put a piece of that foam on the upside or the top side of that 2-inch aluminum bracket too, because I don't want any vapors coming up in here. I mean, this is the bedroom, and even though it's going to be completely sealed off, that foam will definitely keep out any kind of vapors, exhaust gas or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, and then I'll show you all what that's going to be like in a minute. Peace. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's hotter than a witch's titty in a brass bra. It's got to be 93, maybe 94 today. It's blistering. Got a little bit of cloud cover and a little bit of wind, thank God, or else it'd just really be brutal. Okay, so I've got my piece of 90 all prepared. All of my pilot holes are cut, drilled, cleaned up. Getting ready to put on my 2-inch foam tape. And we're going to go ahead and do that and then get this thing installed. So I'll be back with y'all in just a few minutes. Peace. Hey y'all, Florida Boy back with you. Okay, I've got my foam tape on this piece of 90, and we're going to go ahead and get ready to install it now. I am going to rivet the one side to the metal decking, and I'll screw the other side of the 90 up through the existing wood to the floor. Excuse me, to the wall there. So let me get this going and get this installed. I'll just kind of show you a little bit close up. It's just foam tape, but makes a real good insulator and help to seal everything up. All right, let me get this put on and get back with y'all in just a bit. Peace. All right, y'all, here's pretty much what it looks like. You can see where I've riveted this 2-inch by 2-inch 90-degree piece of aluminum to the metal decking, and so that came out pretty good. Real happy with the way that it kind of looked and played out. And I will use stainless steel fasteners to go up through this side of the 90 up through the existing wood there. That's going to be part of the structural part of the wall. So yeah, pretty happy with how that played out. I also figured out what I'm going to do for the bottom part, and I'll show you all that in just a few minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this bottom section is I'm going to use this piece of aluminum as a pointer. You can see right there, from this transition point down, I'm just going to build a wood frame, a light wood frame, probably out of 1x1, okay? And then I'll just put a thin piece of wood, probably 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit thicker. I don't want to add the weight. Like I said before, it's not structural. There's nothing here that really ties anything together. It's basically just a closeout panel, so you don't see the waist tanks, and you don't see the whole trailer hitch and the frame rails. So yeah, it'll be easy to frame that out. And like I said, put a fairly thin piece of wood, not like this wood for the wall that's gosh, almost 2 inches total thick. I don't remember the exact measurements, but you know, this is a pretty thick piece of wood. Because it is structural, this piece down here is just basically just going to be cosmetic. It's nothing but a closeout panel. So that's what I'll do. I won't be adding much weight, just a small wooden frame, and put a fairly thin piece of CDX on top of the frame. And then when I bring my aluminum down, it'll obviously wrap down a little bit. It's also, like I said, it's going to extend down about 3 inches from right here, because I'm going to run it down on the sides 3 inches. And anyway, I think it's going to come out pretty good. I'm real happy with the way it's turned out so far. I haven't been working on it a lot. Been spending a lot of time at work, and it's just been super hot. So actually got a few days off coming up. See if we can't get after it and make a little bit more progress. All right, y'all have a good one. Peace.